Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you a bunch of fragrances that I tried during the week. Some new ones that I have never tried before, but also some of you have suggested certain layering combinations. So I thought I'd give them a try and then give you guys my thoughts, good, bad, and ugly. So before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to hit that button, join the Weird and Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community. And for those of you that are a part of the community, you know how awesome you are. I just love you guys so much. Thank you so much for your support. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to mention a sale that Zinff Optical is having. Now, I worked with them a couple of years ago. I'm not getting paid to talk about this. They just asked me if I would be willing to mention it. And I'm a glasses wearer, and so I'm always looking for cool, funky glasses. And Zinff has some pretty decent prices. So they're having a Black Friday sale right now till the end of the month. They have 35% off your entire order, shipping fee not included, and no frame limit. And then also I have a previous code for their glasses, 50% off frames and 20% off lenses. So you can choose whatever coupon code you want to use. It's an affiliate code, so I do make money off of that code. But really, I really enjoyed working with them in the past, and I ended up with 5 pairs of glasses, 4 regular glasses, and they're all progressives. And then 1 pair of sunglasses, and I wear them every day. So really love the quality, love the selection of frames, love the fact that they can do progressive lenses and that I haven't had any problem. I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to my lenses, but yeah, like the glasses have held up really, really well. Wear them all the time, and I'm just so impressed. So if you're in the market for glasses, feel free to check out the coupon code. I'll have it linked until the end of the month. In all my videos, actually, it'll be linked till the end of the month. To start, this week I tried Janu Noir by Al Haramain. This is supposed to be very close to Dama Bianca by Xerjoff. When I smell it on the cap, I'm absolutely in love with it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, when I put it on, I didn't love it as much, but it was still really beautiful. In this fragrance, what you have in the opening is kumquat and lime, and then in the middle you have orris, lily of the valley, jasmine, and violet, and in the base you've got vanilla, musk, sandalwood, and cedar. Now, what was interesting about this fragrance, what I wasn't anticipating just smelling it on the cap, because on the cap it smells deep, it smells, I can definitely smell that sandalwood, love it, but it gives me kind of a rose vibe. Now when I put it on my skin, I got a lot more powder than I was anticipating. So when I think powder, I don't think like makeup powder. There was just a soft, really soft edged quality to this fragrance. I don't know where it gets its depth. I don't know if it's the cedar and the sandalwood lending to that depth. Don't really notice a whole lot of the fruit in the opening, especially thinking of kumquat and lime being like super citrus. It's just not registering for me. What I'm getting is that orris, kind of the lily of the valley, some musk, just a really soft powdery quality, and then the woods. For whatever reason, I'm not usually drawn to powdery fragrances, but this is one I really love. What it kind of reminded me, honestly, was Jo Malone's Myrrh and Tonka. So for me, the Myrrh and Tonka, although like it doesn't smell anything like this, so it reminds me in regards to kind of the soft edges. There's a little bit of a powdery feel. It feels very cozy. It feels sexy. Yeah, it's just a really interesting fragrance. And I was so shocked because, yeah, smelling it on the cap, I don't get that powdery feel. But as soon as I put it on my skin, I definitely got that powder feel. So, you know, the softness of the violet and the orris and the lily of the valley. And lily of the valley is definitely not one of my favorite notes, but in this, it's just beautiful paired with those gorgeous woods like sandalwood and cedar. And then as it dries down, you're getting more of that vanilla musky feel. And again, musk to me a lot of times feels a little bit soft and sensual. So I actually think this is really beautiful. I'm not sure that I want to purchase it. we'll see. Like, I've got quite a lot left of this sample, so I will try it again and then make a decision, but it's not like one that I'm like, oh, I have to have it. So definitely a beautiful fragrance. If you've tried it, tell me what you think. If you have Dama Bianca by Zinff, do you feel like they're comparable? Yeah, weigh in the comments. It would be great to hear from you. So anyway, Janu Noir by Al Haramain. The other thing about this one is that it's not an overly affordable. Like, a lot of times Al Haramain and some of the Middle Eastern brands tend to be a little bit more pocketbook friendly. I think this one still is around $100. So to me, that's not super affordable. Like, it's up there with any other fragrance really that you can get online at the discounters. So really nice fragrance, definitely smells luxurious, smells rich, smells expensive. So, you know, compared to Zinff, definitely a better price. I don't know what Dama Bianca smells like, so can't weigh in on that. But yeah, definitely a really interesting fragrance. Loved the softness, loved the sensuality, found it quite sexy. Yeah, so we'll see with this one. Now, the next fragrance was Ood for Greatness. I think this sample came from scentsiblings.ca, so thank you so much. Ood for Greatness is just absolutely gorgeous. So it has saffron, nutmeg, and lavender in the opening. Then it has oud in the middle and patchouli and musk in the base. So Ood for Greatness by Initio is very beautiful. I love it. It's deep, it's dark, it's sexy, it's mysterious, smells expensive. It smells like your typical kind of that oud, sexy, sultry, intoxicating fragrance. That said, I like Absolutio by Navitus better, and there's a similarity. So this one is definitely less sweet than Absolutio, but it still has a slight kind of like that saffron-y feel that's lending kind of, it's got a reminiscent quality to Baccarat Rouge. Nothing like it, but there is that element of kind of that delicate sweetness that's on the top, which is beautiful with the oud. Like, it just pairs so gorgeously. That said, this one isn't as sweet as Absolutio by Navitus Perfumes, and I prefer Absolutio. So if I were to choose between Ood for Greatness and Absolutio, I would definitely go for Absolutio. If you like less sweet, I would go for Ood for Greatness, because they're kind of similar. They still have that spice, that wood, that sexy, you know, sultry, whatever feel to them. Anytime I've put on Absolutio, I get a compliment. So I imagine it would be the same for Ood for Greatness. Yeah, the other day I was out and it was the cashier, this guy, and he's working. It's a little bit uncomfortable because he's packaging up my stuff, and then all of a sudden he groans, like he goes, oh, like this, and he goes, you smell so amazing. Like, he was just so all over the fragrance. And it was absolutely, so that was a hit in my books. Like, yeah, like, and it wasn't like we were close to each other. So, you know, it definitely projects and is amazing. I imagine Ood for Greatness would get the same kind of compliments because it's gorgeous. But if I were to choose between the two, because they kind of fit in that same category, I would pick Navitus's Absolutio for sure. Next fragrance that I wore, which I haven't worn yet, was Flowerbomb Midnight by Viktor and Rolf. Now, out of all the flower bombs, this one and Flowerbomb Nectar are my favorite. Nectar is definitely on my wish list. I put this on. I can't believe I waited. I don't know why I didn't wear it in the summer, because it definitely would have worked great in the summer as well. But this is just an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. So the star of this show is definitely the black currant. It also has pomegranate in it. So like really kind of that slightly tart, sweet berry feel. Absolutely gorgeous. And then it has peony and night blooming jasmine. Definitely get that peony feel for sure. And then the base is musk and vanilla. Now this one doesn't last a ton of time. Like, I get about 5-6 hours out of it, but I absolutely love it. It's an energizing, sweet, flirty type fragrance. I just think it's crazy that they named it Midnight. I'm assuming it's because of that night blooming jasmine. But to me, this one is great for during the day. It's happy, it's energizing, slightly flirty, super fruity and sweet. So I really enjoy this one. I enjoy this one better on the skin than smelling it on the cap. So on the cap, it's just kind of mediocre, but on, it's just a really fun fragrance to wear. So thoroughly enjoyed wearing Flowerbomb Midnight. I think this one's discontinued, but I'm sure you can get it on the discounts sites. And on that note, I always list everything down below. So if you're interested, they're all there. The next new fragrance that I tried was Hacivat by Nishane. Now this one, right off the top, the star of the show is pineapple, and I love pineapple. This smells like fresh, juicy, ripe pineapple. You know, when you just cut you cut the rind off of the pineapple and you can smell it in the air. That's the smell that I get right off the bat when I put this fragrance on. So it has pineapple, bergamot, and grapefruit in the opening, but like I said, that pineapple is definitely the star of the show. Then it has cedar, patchouli, and jasmine, and then the base has oak moss and woody notes. So opening, amazing. Like I get this gorgeous juicy pineapple. Within about 10 minutes, this weird green note comes out to play. And it's there for, I don't know, about half an hour to an hour, and I'm not a fan. So as soon as that green note came out, and I can smell it as soon as I start thinking about it, I can smell it on here. Smells a little bit sharp. I don't know if it's the oak moss or the patchouli that's in this. It could be the bergamot mixing with the oak moss. There's just this green quality. Smells almost limey, but more green than limey. So that stays for, I'd say about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And then it starts to settle down and you kind of end up with a woody base with that pineapple still being very present. So this one I'm on the fence with. I think I would prefer this one in the summer. So like I'm not writing it off. Definitely loved that pineapple. Like it was such a delicious pineapple. Just a little unsure about this one. So Hacivat by Nishane. If you've tried this, weigh in and tell people what you think. Okay, now on to the layering combos that you guys suggested. So whenever I go through the comments, someone will share a layering combination that they've tried. I want to bring them to you and let you know what I think. Plus it's to me fun. It's kind of like having a conversation with people that have commented. So the first combination that I tried was from Front Porch Wig Chat. So she's got a channel here. I'll leave it linked down below actually. And she does a lot of reviews on wigs. She suggested Into the Night by Bath & Body Works lotion with Fifth Avenue Royale by Elizabeth Arden. Now this is such a favorite fragrance of mine. I really enjoy this one. So in the Into the Night body lotion, it has raspberry noir, velvety rose petals, and creamy patchouli. Now this is a beautiful fragrance. I love the smell of it, but it really registers with a lot of raspberry for me. So somehow Into the Night, I was anticipating something a little more ambery, but it is a really beautiful fragrance. Now with the Fifth Avenue Royale has a similar kind of creamy factor to Noir Perfume by, I was gonna say Tom Jones. Yeah, yeah. She's a lady! Anyway, by Tom Ford. I'm terrible with names, it's terrible. Anyway, so Elizabeth Arden, yeah, for whatever reason, the Fifth Avenue Royale gives me Noir Perfume vibes. So it doesn't smell exactly the same, but I get that same kind of feel. There's a creamy quality to this one that's kind of a little bit dessert-like, but not super sweet. Super sexy fragrance. This one has raspberry in it and rose. I think there's suede in this one. I think there's rum, so there's a bit of booziness to this one. The notes are completely different than on Noir Perfume, but it kind of gives me that same feel. So if you loved Noir Perfume and you can't find it anywhere, you may want to try this one because it's so affordable. And it kind of gives me the same vibe. Doesn't last as long. It's not quite as sexy, but it still has that same sort of feel. So I really love this one, and I love the fact that it's affordable. Now this combination, it was nice for me. The problem is I felt like this is a softer scent, and the Into the Night is so strong of the raspberry. It amped up the raspberry, which gave it a lot more of a fruity raspberry feel. So it was still sexy, but to me, not as sensual. It was more happy and fun, whereas I find this one on its own, the raspberry is there, but with the booziness, it's just a little bit more sexy. So this combination to me created a more flirty fragrance. If you love raspberry, this is a fantastic combination. For me, I really enjoyed it, but it lost the sexy factor for me. That said, maybe guys would really love it because it's sweet, it's raspberry, it's got a little sexiness in it. So really neat combination. If you have these two, you got to give it a try. It wasn't my favorite for the week, but definitely worth a shot. I think that because of this combination, I actually want to try Noir Perfume with this lotion, just to kind of add a little bit of raspberry. Noir Perfume is a little stronger than Fifth Avenue Royale, so I think it may kind of hold its own, whereas I felt like this definitely overpowered this. Maybe I just need to spray more, but that was my experience. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Front Porch Wig Chat loves it, loved this combination, and it's definitely worth a try. The next combination was by Cherry Sprinkle, and she suggested Shaghoff Oud with Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. I don't have that, but I do have Cherry Delight by Be Layered. Doesn't smell exactly like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but it's like the top part of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, so I really enjoy it. So tried this combination. I absolutely loved this. So this is like rose oud praline, very sweet, sexy, seductive. The cherry on top just added up the sex, like it just boosted the sexy factor. Plus it made Shaghoff Oud a little more wearable because that oud is quite strong in this one. So love this combination, but then I'm wearing it and all I can think of again is Absolutio because I'm obsessed. Like seriously, I have a problem. I have to buy that fragrance soon. I'm in love with it. So anyway, trying this, love the spiciness, love the sexiness, love the cherry that's coming out, the rose, the oud. It's absolutely intoxicating. And then I took my dupe of Baccarat Rouge 540. So this is Federico Mahora Pure Royal Parfum 910 is the number. It's to me a decent dupe. It's not amazing, but it's the dupe that I had. So I decided I'm gonna just throw this on with all these two. So sprayed this. Basically you do like 2 sprays of this, you know, a couple sprays of this because these are really strong, and then this is a little bit weak. So I went in ham with this one. Loved this combination. So really enjoyed this whole entire combination. This on its own, phenomenal, like just delicious. So if you've got Shaghoff Oud or Oud Bouquet, Tom Ford Lost Cherry, or any variation of dupe, fantastic. Like I am definitely wearing this more, especially in the winter. Like, whoa, I just loved it. But then with Baccarat Rouge 540 mixed in, it gave me Absolutio vibes, and being I'm obsessed right now, loved this combo. The next combination is thanks to Rana Mustafa, and she suggested Alien with The Only One by Dolce & Gabbana. Wrong bottle. I'll always just tell you that, but yeah, this combination, like, okay, so first of all, I gotta calm down. I'm awfully excited. But anyway, I loved these combinations. Like, they were so much fun. So Alien, I haven't worn this one in forever, and I'm lucky to have the Terry Mugler version of Alien. So this is an older formulation. It's so freaking sexy. Like, I'm starting to panic because not quite a third of the bottle is gone. Maybe a quarter of the bottle is gone. I love this so much. It lasts forever on me. It's so sexy. It's got amber, jasmine, and I think woody notes. It's just a sexy, slightly indulgent jasmine that's slightly soapy. So the soapiness kind of balances out the sexy quality to it. I just find it intoxicating. I absolutely love this fragrance. So layering the only one on it, it's got caramel, there's orange blossom in this one, there's coffee, and I've just fallen in love with it. It's sweet, it's delicious. This was an excellent combination. So I still noticed the Alien more than the only one. But I really enjoyed wearing them together. It just added another layer of sensuality. So this would be a great date night combination. Actually, all of these are great date night combinations. But I really, really enjoyed wearing this one. I feel like Alien kind of overpowered this one. But yeah, it's just, the only one just kind of sweetens up the Alien. It's just delicious. Like it's such a great combination. Alien needs to make kind of one like that. So putting some caramel and some coffee and some orange blossom in Alien DNA would be unbelievable. I think it would be just phenomenal. This is definitely worth trying out as well. Thank you so much to Rana, Front Porch Wig Chat, and Cherry Sprinkle for the great fragrance combination ideas. Definitely my favorite combination, I would say, is the Shake Off Oud and the Cherry Delight. And then when I added the Baccarat Rouge, that made it even more exciting. Second favorite is the Alien and the Only One. Loved that. Third favorite would be Fifth Avenue Royale with Into the Night, just because it amped up the raspberry a little too much for me. But that said, it was a great combination. So that is it for the week. Again, so appreciate your suggestions on fragrances. Basically, I want to continue to bring things like that to you, or even, you know, I want to talk about things like Oud for Greatness, gorgeous fragrance, beautiful. If I had my choice, I'd pick Absolutio because you don't really need both. You can have both if you want, but if you're wanting to be mindful of money, especially in this economy, I want to give you guys suggestions on how to really optimize your collection rather than just buying everything that's around there. And optimizing to me means going, okay, well, this one, Oud for Greatness, is sexy, delicious, gorgeous, a little bit less sweet than Absolutio. I prefer the sweet one. They scratch the same itch, gonna go with Absolutio. If you don't like a sweet, maybe try Oud for Greatness. And then as well, like exploring layering combinations to kind of give yourselves new perfumes and bring your collection to life again, rather than always just going out and buying a new one and a new one and a new one. To me, it just gets insane. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Hope that you enjoyed. Other than that, let me know what your favorite fragrances were for the week. And if you had any layering suggestions, please leave them in the comments and I'll give them a go. Other than that, I hope you have an amazing week and we'll talk to you soon.